Imagine that you were the president of a developing country and wanted to make tremendous breaks in the development process of your country. Impacts with lasting returns. What would be the first thing you do to achieve this? Consider investing in education, primarily women and girls. According to the UNICEF Executive Director Carol Bellamy, the most effective and valuable investment a developing country can add to its development process is to provide education for its most important citizens, women and girls. In this presentation, I will demonstrate 3 factors of why a developing country should initiate education for women and girls. Education, especially for girls and women, is the most valuable investment a developing country can add to its development, since it produces a positive impact on economic growth, decreases high level of fertility and mortality, and reduces poverty, which improves the quality of life for all of its citizens. The contribution of education to economic growth is generally found to be positive and significant when measured either in monetary terms or directly in terms of agricultural effectiveness or labor efficiency. Training women in skills such as those that would enable them to set up economic projects such as entrepreneurship program is likely to produce a positive impact on a country's economy. Women with some schooling are more likely to get married later, survive childbirth, have fewer and healthier children, and make sure that their own children complete school. Educating women and girls lower the mortality rate in developing countries more effectively than those without education. Girls' education also means a comprehensive change for a society. Education of women and girls exerts strong intergenerational effects and are thus crucial for reducing poverty. Education of women produces education for the family. Women are more likely than men to keep sight of human dimension and problem solving and favor peaceful resolution of conflict. Educating women and girls is an investment towards the human capital. Considerable evidence shows that education of girls have been a key force for economic growth. Investing in children, and especially girls' education, is a prerequisite for breaking economic poverty cycle. Investment in girls' education makes simple economic sense. Women entrepreneurs are vital to reducing poverty and driving economic growth. Educating women brings the high level of fertility and mortality rate down. Babies born to mothers without formal education are twice as likely to die before the age of 5. The same babies are 4 times more likely to be malnourished. The fertility rate of women without education on an average is 60% higher than the rate of those who attend secondary school. An educated woman understands reproduction and can make decisions on her own behalf. She becomes knowledgeable about her contraceptive options. She will recognize that her family to live comfortably, the number of children must not exceed the family's income. Studies have shown that women who receive 7 or more years of education reduces infant deaths by 75%. According to Ackman, the argument he makes that women without education get married roughly 2 to 5 years later than uneducated women. Educated women contribute to the quality of life for all citizens. The education of women and girls reduces poverty and improves the life for all of its citizens, according to Owens, in the sense that women and girls learn about their health, the danger of early marriage, and how to protect themselves from exploitation. As a woman learn practical skills, they increase their confidence and strengthen their support for one another, allowing them to be fully participants in decisions that affect their health and the well-being of their families and their communities. Education empowers women and girls with the resources to help lift their families and communities out of poverty. Education that could aid them in increasing food production, which in turn translates to increased quality of life for all living in that developing community. Empowering women through education and financial literacy training may help women achieve a greater degree of financial independence. When afforded more educational opportunities in adolescence, women go on to receive more education, increase the overall human capital of the country, and potentially helping to break the cycle of poverty, according to Tramble and Ford. In conclusion, we can see that girls' education is one of the most leveraged development investment that an existing developing country can make. Educated women all levels contribute to economic growth, that economic projects and disciplines and precise skills necessary for a mixture of workplaces. As women obtain the opportunity to attend school and obtain higher level jobs, they gain entrepreneurship status in their community, thus enables them to own business to yield revenue for the economy. Girls who have been educated are likely to marry later, for example, to have smaller and healthier families. Educated women can recognize the importance of health care and know how to seek it for themselves and their children, thus reducing child mortality. Educated women understand the need for contraceptives when necessary, controlling fertility rates. Developing countries must recognize that women's education is one of the key factors to alleviating poverty. It is concluded that a decrease in poverty brings about a better quality of life for all living in the community. When a developing country includes education for women and girls, this allows the potential for generations to be educated. An effective equitable system of formal and non-formal education for women and girls promote intergroup parity, develops shared appreciation, brings schools and home closer together. Female education creates potent poverty reduction synergy and yield massive intergenerational gains. Educating all women and girls is the fullest extent of their capacity gives society the direction to deal with change and will give flexibility to our cultures to adapt to change without losing our identities, thus translating to a better life. Question from our audience. Why is it important for developing countries to educate women and girls? Women and girls are the key in almost every aspect of human development, thus education enables them to successfully contribute to their countries. Studies have demonstrated that female education is essential for economic growth and poverty reduction. In addition to helping generate additional income and breaking the vicious cycle of poverty, investments in female education have other economic and social benefits. Educated women tends to have fewer children, which reduces dependency ratio and raises per capita spending, eventually lifting households out of poverty. Increased maternal education also transmits intergenerational benefits by boosting the survival rate, educational level, and nutritional status of children. When women are educated, they no longer have to be at the mercy of others. Instead, they can be in control of increasing their own productivity and earnings, according to scholars. Our second question from the audience: what are some economic impact of educating women and girls? Women are more likely to share the economic gain with their families and communities as a whole. Educated women from all backgrounds with the skills and support systems necessary to be successful managers, business leaders, entrepreneurs, add to economic growth in developing world